that coffee brew, let that L burn. Meditating on my past and the lessons learned. Wanna live life, wanna find me. Wanna rid the impressions of society. Let that coffee brew, let that L burn. Meditating on the past and the lessons learned. Just wanna live life, just wanna be me. Just wanna break these chains and become free.
Peace, and welcome to another episode of Talks with Myrt, where we discuss mental health, emotions, spirituality, and the everyday trials of being a human being. Talks inspired by my own personal experiences and conversations I used to have with my mama. I am your host, Myrt's son, and man, I hope everybody had a good Thanksgiving, good holiday. When y'all get the chance, make sure y'all follow the podcast on Instagram, Talks with Myrt. Listen, like, comment, share. If you listen to me on Apple Podcasts, please review and rate me. That'll be dope. But yeah, hope everybody feeling good in this episode here, because it's holiday season and it always gets a little tough for me because I lost my mama and my brother. Well, at least my mom around this time of year. So I want to dedicate this episode out there to anybody out there that's lost somebody, and either physically or they're still living and you might have lost them. Just anybody that have lost somebody, and you going into these holidays and you feel strange. You ain't the happy, jolly person that people want you to be during this time. This is dedicated to you. The holidays just ain't for you anymore. Or it just don't feel the same. And holidays is, for me, around this time of year, it changes every year. And it changes because I feel different each year. It's not always bad for me. I'm not one of those people who be like, I just hate the holidays, like, all together, and everybody looking at me like a Scrooge. Like, nah, I hate it sometimes, and I say that because I lost my mom and my brother in 2015, and I told you I went through a depression. So during that depression, of course, you're going through the holidays, especially that first Christmas. I had lost my mom's in November, so that first Christmas without my mom, it was crazy. And I'm not a guy that's into the holidays like Merry Christmas and Thanksgiving, like really going hard for the holidays, but it's that time of year where I'm always with my family, and you celebrate with family, and you spend a lot of time with them. So that's what I'm used to. Always being around my family. So my mom, not having her there that first year, I felt like that I needed to be around my family that first year because I didn't have my mom, and I went, and it was just okay. It wasn't as fulfilling, of course, because I ain't have my baby there. But the next year, I remember that year after that, it had been over a full year since my mom had been gone. But that holiday season was horrible. Just feelings and just emotions, and it was just sad. And I was like, man, like I just couldn't, I didn't care for it, and I couldn't wait for it to be over with. And I was just hoping in my head, like, man, I hope it don't be like this every year, because this is crazy. It was just really sad. And I didn't go around my family that year, and I didn't feel like it. And but the next year I went around my family. Had been 2 years since my mom had been gone, and it was a good year too. I was in a good space. I was making progress through my depression. I was having good days, and I was really having days where I was feeling like myself. And, I was learning how to fight through certain emotions and certain thoughts in order to make myself feel good. So around that holiday time, I was really mentally and spiritually getting prepared to have a good season with my family and with myself. And I remember that year being really, really good for me. I was over there chilling with my family and had a good time. I was really fed. I always talk about my spirit being fed. My spirit was really, really fed, and I was good. And each year has been just about different. I probably had about 2 years. It's going 5 years now since my ancestors has transition. And it's just one year in particular that I keep thinking about. Is my wife. She was like, you going over your people's house this weekend? And I was like, nah, like I ain't going. And she was like, why not? And I was like, I just don't feel like being fake. And she was like, what do you mean fake? And I was like, not like I'm putting on or anything. I was like, I just don't feel like being around anybody. I was like really deep in my thoughts. I wasn't sad. I wasn't sad at all. I just didn't feel like sharing my energy at all with anyone. I just wanted to be at home and I just wanted to chill. I didn't feel like trying to muster up this energy to be this jolly guy and try to force myself to be good and to feel good and and to dwell in everybody's energy. I just didn't have to fight for it. I just didn't want to do it. And I felt like that was me learning how to. I had to learn that during my depression, how to distribute when and where and how you distribute your energy. Because when I was going through my depression, it was times and days where I just didn't feel like being bothered. You know what I'm saying? I was already drained from work. Because when you depressed, some folk of my experience, when you depressed, you don't want to do a damn thing. Like you really would just lay there. You would just lay there in a sunken place and you would just feel that would be your comfort zone, where you laying at. And I had these blackout curtains in my room, and my room would just be black. On off days, I had days I would just call in, and I call in like 2 or 3 days straight just to lay in my damn bed with the curtains down. You know what I'm saying? Just to feel alone and isolated and by myself and just be in them deep thoughts. So, and then I would be forced to go to work 40 hours a week or however many hours a week to muster up this energy to please folk. Like, it was torture. So I had to learn how to distribute my energy. So if I'm doing this at work, I can't be interacting with everybody that wants to spend time with me when I get off work. I had homies and friends. I had people. I told you I wasn't seeing my friends. I wasn't seeing anybody during my depression like that. So they hitting me up. I would really pick and choose when I would step out to use my energy because I was in a sensitive state. I was very, very emotional. That's what the mental awareness is, your mental health, your emotional health. Like, this is important. When you feel like that, you really got to step away or learn to know what you're not going to do to break. You got to learn what to do to not break. And that me learning how to stay away and be alone was part of me learning how to not break. Learning when to distribute my energy. Had friends that hit me up, hey bro, you want to come out or you want to do this? Like, nah, I'm chilling. I don't really feel like it. And be okay with that. Not worrying about how they gonna feel if I don't go out with them. Learning about what they gonna think of me or what they gonna say. You can't think about none of that shit. I couldn't, because that just wasn't important. Me getting to a better place was more important than how they would feel if I can't step out with them or if I can't spend a little time with them. And I'd be like that in my life now, not just around holiday times or anything in general. It's just that I just have to be cautious about how I spend my time. If I got a lot of stuff on my mind, and I know I'm still working on how to control myself emotionally all around, like throughout a day to day. So if I got something on my mind and my kids nagging me for something, I'm not turning around snapping on them because I'm trying to get this thought out. Like, I don't want to do that. So I'm learning that peace and that balance. But getting back to that energy, knowing when to distribute it and knowing when to pull back, that was really, really important for me. And I during the holidays that year was when that's when I was like, that's where it came in handy. I had to use that then. I didn't feel like mustering up this energy to go over there and try to put on for anybody. I just didn't want to do it, to entertain. And I was completely fine with that. But it took time to get there, because family members make you feel bad sometimes, like saying stuff about not coming around, or you can't come over on holidays, or we ain't that much of our family left. It's small. We're small now, and it sinks on you, and you think about it. You sitting there, it's on your mind, and you're like, damn, I gotta go. I gotta show up. I gotta go do this. I gotta be over there. And no, you don't. I had to tell myself that. No, you don't. No, you don't. If you don't feel like going over there, being fake, or putting on these smiles and these hugs and trying to feel a certain way that you're not feeling, then don't do it. You can't do it. You just got to leave it alone altogether. Well, for me, that's what I had to do. I told you everybody's different. My experience, I was very thankful that I felt okay not being around my family on the holidays. I'm learning when to say I can't come over or I can't come through. I just didn't want to do it. It was important to me to get my mind right and to keep my spirit right, because this year was very, very emotional for me. I didn't go over my people's house this year. This year I went to see my aunt. I do miss my aunt and my uncle. I don't get to see them as much as I like, because I ain't learned how to pull myself away from work yet, or away from my daily routine that I have with my own family. But I'm learning. But I went to see them Wednesday, before Thanksgiving. I didn't do the whole big shebang on Thursday. They did. I stayed here with my own family, and it was just recently. I heard somebody say, if you lost family or you had a certain way of doing things on the holidays, start a new tradition. And I was like, man, and I felt torn about that, because we had a tradition, like we would meet, around my grandma's house at one point. Then we lost my grandmother, and then we would meet at my aunt's house, which is what we do now, which is just don't feel the same anymore, because I ain't taking my mom's, or helping my mom get in the car so I can take her over to mom's house so we can chill and vibe out on Thanksgiving and Christmas. It don't happen anymore, so I don't feel excited about holidays as much as my family would like me to be. And now I'm learning what it means, or what people mean by starting a new tradition, because I'm so used to that old tradition of being around my family and chilling with my family. But now my wife, during the holidays, she like to cook and, be with the family and chill and celebrate and play music, and, we be sipping wine, and she like to do that too. So these years that I don't feel like, going and being at the bigger celebration where there's going to be a lot more people, I chill at home, and I'm learning to feel okay with just sitting there and enjoying my family, that I'm learning to creating those new traditions, and that's what they mean. So I still have to find that balance where I'm feeling okay with not doing things, how it always has been done. Like I have to do what's best for my feelings and that's best for my emotional and mental state at the time. Because I'm to a point now where I'm grateful. I've done a lot of healing to where I'm not having like a big emotional breakdowns during the holiday season or anything. It's just that I get in a little funky mood, or I just be a certain way. And you got to allow yourself to be that way. You got to allow yourself to grieve. You got to allow yourself to go through these natural feelings and thoughts and emotions that you may have, because when you hold them back or when you fight them, they resurface later at a different time where you don't want them to. And I had to learn that, because not giving myself those 4 days during Thanksgiving holiday break, to grieve and to sort out my own thoughts and my feelings, and to shed those tears, by allowing myself that time. That's allowing yourself to heal. That's allowing yourself to grieve. And you got to learn. I had to learn. I tried to stay away from, you got to learn, because I told you everybody different. I live by that. But I had to learn that that's okay to do that. And it's okay to start these new traditions with my family. And that's what I did this year. I was chilling in the house, just sipping wine, playing with the kids, just looking at them. I ain't had my daughter this year. She was with her mom. Her family came down, so they was over there, chilling. But, I was here with my little family. I was making music. I was creating, writing in time to time. Then I go in there and talk to my wife while she cooking. Then I go play with the kids. And then I come back out here to me time. I had me a little cycle going, but it kept my mind off of, it didn't keep my mind off of it, but I was able to put my feelings. I had a way to distribute it through the music and through the writing and stuff on Thanksgiving this year. The emotions that I was feeling and the thoughts that I was feeling, I was getting it out. And, it was just cool. I ain't do nothing too big. But, yeah, so I just asked, man, when you see people going through some things during the holidays, or if some people done lost some people, done lost some family, done lost some loved ones, just kind of let them be. They'll come around when they feel like it, when they're strong enough to, when they're able to, when they feel like they're comfortable enough to be around you, for their sake, not be around you for their sake. You can't take it personal during this time when you got people grieving. Don't take it personal if nobody don't want to talk to you, they don't want to be around you, if they don't want to come to the family functions. They're trying to work it out. It's a process, and it's one that I'm still going through. I don't know what next year is going to be. I'm going to be prepping and praying all the time to keep myself in a healthy mental and emotional state when it comes to thinking about my ancestors. I've come a long way. I'm learning how to project that energy into good things, to creation, and to, honoring them. But to anybody that done lost somebody out there, I wish you peace. I wish you healing. I wish you clarity. And I pray the rest of your holiday season goes through peacefully. And, it's a blessing to you. And I ain't going to hold y'all too much longer. Any change you want to see in this life begins with self. Believe in yourself. Be patient with yourself. And watch self blossom. Y'all be easy. Peace.
Let that coffee brew, let that ale burn. Meditating on my past and the lessons learned. Wanna live life, wanna find me. Wanna rid the impressions of society. Let that coffee brew, let that ale burn. Meditating on the past and the lessons learned. Just wanna live life, just wanna be me. Just wanna break these chains and become free.